What's up, y'all? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden, and this episode is based off of something I did in a recent episode where I told you guys there was a great question that was given to me, or an observation about my ideology that was pointed out to me by somebody on Sabby Sab's show, and they made me change my mind on something. And so I decided that I was going to do an episode on some things that are pretty major that I have changed my mind on since the beginning of Political Fight Club. So and I'm allowed to do that. At least you guys know that I'm evolving my opinions based on the evidence that's given to me. And I also listen to you guys, and I listen to people in my normal life when I talk to them about politics, and I update accordingly. These other faux lefty YouTube shows, they don't evolve. They double down on bad stuff depending on what their donors want them to say when it comes to TYT. They double down on horrible narratives because Jeffrey Katzenberg tells them to. They don't have any evidence that helps them update their opinions. Nothing. There's no introspection there. They're mouthpieces. But I am not like that. I have at least 5 or 6 things here that I'm going to talk to you guys about that I've shifted on. And then at the end, I'm going to make another vow to you guys. How am I going to get you guys to trust that I'm not going to go down the same road as Hassan Piker? Meaning, how do you guys know I'm not going to let money influence me? And I have a promise that I can make to you that'll make sure that you guys understand that I will never become like that. Okay, so stick around to the end for my oath to you guys. Okay? So the first and foremost is I used to be a democratic socialist, sort of like Bernie Sanders, and now I am a Marxist-Leninist. Mostly just I'm a Marxist across the board. I tend to lean towards Leninism because Lenin, that was like the vanguard party. You need a groundswell of the support of the people to get behind a third party that basically like bull rushes the duopoly and destroys everything in its path. And also, and this is another thing I've changed my mind on, guys, I used to be, in one of my original episodes, I said that I wasn't for abolishing private property. I now am for abolishing private property. Now, what I was thinking in that early debate was like, well, I want to take all of the private property away from all of the oligarchs and give it to the people, but I want them to own it privately, so I'm not really getting rid of private property. But here's the thing, that basically that's a semantic thing, where it's like if I could just take away all of the land from all of the rich people and just give it to the people, then it's no longer really private property, it's just property owned by the people. And since I'm moving more towards communism as I read more, and as I do this show more, I now am for just getting rid of private property entirely, which that puts me smack dab in the middle of like Marxist-Leninist. So that's where I am politically. I've moved farther left and a little more anarchist. And the more that I am proven in the future that a third party is not ever going to be able to work in this country, a vanguard party, if you will, is not going to be feasible, then I will move from Marxist-Leninism likely to more like anarcho-leftist. And that is probably what's going to happen. I'm just telling you guys. That's because I don't know if it's possible for a third party to be a vanguard in a capitalist society where money talks and the oligarchs have so much wealth. I just don't know if a vanguard party is going to be feasible in America. So I'm drifting towards anarcho-leftist by the day. Another thing that I have changed my mind on is I used to be a huge Nina Turner stan. I also used to be a huge Kyle Kalinske stan, but we're talking about Nina here. And the thing is with me is I don't think I changed a whole lot to where I would hate Nina today if she didn't also change and move vastly centrist over the last year. Because when I used to stand for her, she was, at least rhetorically, much more of a firebrand than she is now. And she had in my opinion, she had a great chance of beating Shontel Brown and making it into Congress if she just maintained her fieriness, which is gone now. So therefore, I make fun of Nina Turner the same way I make fun of the Squad nowadays, but at least I'm objective. She didn't run the campaign that I wanted her to do. She cozied up to special interests. She took a ton of her donation money and put it towards DNC consultants. She hired the press secretary or the speechwriter, I always forget, from Amy Klobuchar's campaign to help her with her speeches. Those are all no-nos, but at least I can change my mind instead of just doubling down that Nina Turner is the greatest thing and she's the last best hope for the Democratic Party and for, the movement to the left in this country. Bullshit. I despise Nina now, and there's nothing that she could do, no single thing at least, that she can do to make me get back on her side. I would need to see a drastic change in rhetoric, quit TYT, go do your own thing, quit the Democratic Party, call them a bunch of fuck knuckles, go back to the way you were talking when you're talking about how Joe Biden was a full or half full of shit. That Nina I like. But she's nothing like that now. She's completely toothless. She's 100% nerfed by the DNC. So that's something I've changed my mind on. I'm no longer for BDS. I am for boycotting and divestment, at least open to that, but I'm definitely against sanctions now. And it was largely other leftists on YouTube who brought me over to that conclusion. It wasn't difficult. I just wasn't as educated back then. So I'm now 100% against sanctions. That's definitely something I've changed my mind on. I'm no longer for simply protesting. I am for Project Mayhem. I am no longer for, drum circle in the park for, spreading awareness on how much corporate money Joe Manchin takes. No, we need targeted protests and we need targeted chaos. And that chaos has to be aimed at the squad, at the Democratic Party, anybody whose lives we can make more miserable to get them to do what we want. And quite frankly, if we get good enough at it, you could probably even get the Republicans. Not all of them. I don't think that, you're ever going to get Mitch McConnell to vote correct on anything. But, you fuck with Matt Gaetz enough, ruin his life, make these people afraid to go outside, make them like Howard Hughes in The Aviator, where they have to piss in bottles and stuff, and they can't ever go out in the sunlight anymore for fear of being just ridiculed, heckled, having poo flung at them, whatever. I don't care what you guys do, just don't hurt them. If they're afraid that they're going to get that treatment when they go outside, they'll start voting correct on certain things. So I'm for Project Mayhem. Targeted protesting and chaos, if you will. And then that's what I've got for now. Oh, there was one other thing. I've also moved past Bernie, as you guys know. I was a burner. I donated to all of the squad members. I no longer donate to the squad members, and I hope that you guys don't either. Your return on investment is 0 at this point. So let's go to the promise that I can make to you guys that I will not go down the same road as TYT and Hassan and Kalinsky. Okay, this was an idea given to me by a sub. There is apparently another communist YouTuber who says that he will never take more than $40,000 in a year as a salary, regardless. As soon as he gets up to that amount of money via his show, he just says all the rest of it after that is getting donated to communist endeavors, right? And I think I'm going to do something similar. I think I can say I've lived on $40,000 a year before as a chiropractor, and believe me, it's not hard to live on $40,000 a year. It's not a lot of money, but I have an old car that I was able to keep running. I was able to keep gas in the car. I was able to keep my lights on. I was able to get food. And that's really all I care about. I was able to keep my internet on. Other than that, I really don't care. And I was able to buy sometimes the not on sale food, you can get the actual branded food instead of getting the Kroger brand or whatever for everything. So that was the only thing I ever upgraded. So I'm going to make that promise to you too. I will never take more than $40,000 from this show or make more than $40,000 in a year off of any of my endeavors. That's all I really need. And give me a break if 20 years from now I'm taking 50 because inflation or because the cost of living gets higher over time, guys. Remember, this is 2021. If in 2045 I change that to 50, let's assume that I can adjust for pricing. But as of today, in 2021, the end of 2021, I don't need more than $40,000 to live on. And you have my word, all of my subs, and you can shred me if you want to, if I ever break this word, that you will never see me buying a big old fucking house like Hassan Piker. You'll never see me buying a nice car. I don't even think you'll ever see me dress up on this show. I don't want to dress up on this show. I wear shirts that I wear normally. Usually they're just like t-shirts I got from Goodwill. And I don't need anything more than that. And here's the reason I want to do it beyond getting you guys to understand that you can trust what I'm saying. It's also that I believe that everybody can be corrupted by money if they run into it. They can be corrupted by the lifestyle that it buys you. So you must, on principle, just refuse it. Otherwise, you'll never truly be able to say what you want to say. And even if it doesn't corrupt you, if you become rich, your mindset changes and you no longer can accurately and effectively fight for the poor people. And I don't ever want to be that person. I don't want to become the villain. So, unless, of course, we're talking about Joker or Bane or, one of the villains that I idolize a little bit. But that's neither here nor there. I will never take that amount of money you have my word. Okay? 40,000 is all I need right now, and if I don't make anything near that. I don't make anything near that. I don't make any money right now. I'm out of work. But back when I was a chiropractor, I made like $45,000 in a year. We were living large. Never had to worry about money, or never had to worry about food, never had to worry about the lights going out, never had to worry about other things. I still haven't been able to like go, I haven't been able to go to a dentist in 6 years because I don't have insurance. And even when I was working, a dental bill that's $2,500 that's a lot of fucking money. But, at the same time, if I were running into that now, I think I could probably, figure out a way to go in and actually get that done. But that's something you can live on in this world, and I think that is a fair number. Let me know if it's wrong, if you think I should move it, but I thought that was a great idea. So thank you to the sub that gave me that idea. You have my word. I will not go down that path with those people, and as long as they don't apologize for the shitty stuff that they're doing, you can also be guaranteed that I'm going to go after these people and just, like, savage the living shit out of them at every turn, like I have been. There's no reason for me to change my rhetoric unless those people start acting more like that communist YouTuber that I just mentioned. It's the only way you're going to get honest stuff out of somebody. They can't become rich. Money is the root of all evil. I think Jesus said that. Anyway, keep fighting the good fight, guys. I'll talk to you later.